What's going on, everybody? Well, for those that don't know, I'm still in the process of moving and getting all my stuff over to this new house, so not going to be able to do a full-on produced review for at least another week, but got a chance to go see Dunkirk today, so I had to get a review out, especially since my opinion is not going to be very well liked. I'll go ahead and get that out the way now. So apparently, this is one of those movies where the world tells you you will love it. I mean, it's got like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, even the audience score is like 98, 99. I'm a Christopher Nolan fanatic. The fact that he was doing a war movie seemed like a good change of pace. You know, he's done the superhero movie, he's done the murder mystery, he's done a lot of mind-bending action thrillers, he's done the Interstellar movie with the sci-fi stuff, so it seemed like a natural thing. Let's do a war movie now. And the story of Dunkirk basically is that it takes place in World War II. This is before the before the USA got involved. And you have these troops who are stuck on the island of Dunkirk whenever the Axis powers are coming in to basically invade and take all of them out. And it's this little tense, bottled survival story about these people trying to get off of this island before the Axis powers come and take them out. And I'll start with the positives. I always start with the positives. So, positives. Christopher Nolan, as always, awesome camera work, awesome cinematography, a lot of really great shots as far as like the aerial battles, even some of the things as far as whenever, like kind of like the scene back here, whenever it just shows aerial shots of all the soldiers just waiting in line, like so many awesome shots. And that dude, the Christopher Nolan is just phenomenal with framing shots and his camera work. The score was also great. The only part about the score I didn't care for was there's this tick, 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 tick little sound that's going the whole time. It's kind of supposed to make you feel like there's a ticking clock, and after a while it annoyed me a little bit, but everything else about the score I thought was damn good. The score mixed with the cinematography is what makes this movie, so great. Or it's really, I'm not going to say it makes it so great, it's what the highlight of the movie is for sure. And that's the end of my positives. To be honest with you, I'm confused. It took me a while to actually hit the live button because I'm confused and shocked at how much my opinion differs from everybody else's. I didn't like this movie at all, guys. I thought this movie was so boring. I mean, I keep talking with people about, I have a few people that I know who agree with me as far as there not being any characters or any character development or anything like that. The movie purposefully does that. It makes the characters really minimalistic. It's just supposed to wow you with kind of the visuals, and you're supposed to kind of be focusing on what's on screen, not necessarily getting into the backstories and the inner workings and the morals of all these different people. But this is a movie at the end of the day. You have to have some of that. You have to have a reason to care for these people. You have to have a reason to have the tension work for you. And I didn't have those reasons because you have three basic stories that's going on all at the same time. You get Tom Hardy, who's up in a plane. You have One Direction boy and somebody else who are kind of these soldiers trying to get off the island, so they're kind of like the land story. And you have Mark Rylance and these other two young kids who are on a boat headed towards Dunkirk to help people get off, and it's like your sea story. And you have a lot of scenes in this movie that it starts and you see it, and then you see it later on in the movie again from different perspectives. You see it from Harry Styles and his friend, you see it from Mark Rylance, and then you see it from Tom Hardy. But everybody in this movie, you don't know them enough to really tell them apart because they all look like generic white guys with brown hair or a helmet and an army uniform, and all the ships look the same. So when you see the same scene over and over and over again, it's hard to tell that that's the same scene for a while. It almost just feels like the movie's repeating itself. So that bothered me a lot. And even though the movie is really good about getting tension up because of the sound design, especially the bullets are like really fucking loud in this movie. A lot of the tension and the music swelling up. It's a lot about build up to something coming and a build up to this battle and a build up to this really scary situation. There's quite a few scenes when somebody's drowning either in a plane or in a ship that's been shot down. And the movie is all about building tension towards something, but I never felt the tension because I never gave a shit about any of the characters. And it's something that it's just a huge, huge negative for me in this movie. And to be honest with you, like, I'm going to let it sit for a while before I honestly sit down and do a Christopher Nolan ranking. It's probably going to be a couple of days anyway before I get all my equipment up. But as it stands with my thoughts right now, this is my least favorite Christopher Nolan movie because it just did not grab me at all. I fell asleep for about 5 minutes in the first act. The first act. I mean, within 20 minutes of the movie starting, I fell asleep a little bit. So, I mean, that tells you right there. I don't fall asleep in movies in the middle of the day. It's afternoon when I went and saw it, 2 in the afternoon. So I just don't know. I'm so confused, but at the same time, I had to put my honest thoughts out there because otherwise, this is the review that's going to prove that every thought that I put on camera is my actual thoughts. Because if I just wanted to come out here and be like, yeah, guys, Dunkirk was awesome, just like 98% of the world says, but I didn't like it at all, so I have to be honest with you because that's why you're here, hopefully, is to see my honest opinion, not just to have me repeat everything that you guys say in the movies, if you are, in fact, a fan of Dunkirk. If you're not, put it in the comment section because let me know that I'm not alone in the world. But I don't know, guys. War movies are few and far between for the ones that I actually watch, but I would much rather watch a movie like last year's Hacksaw Ridge, which was one of my favorite movies of the year. I think it was number 2. I'd rather watch a movie like that that's story-driven and character-driven, and the tension and the drama is there because I care for Desmond Doss, and I care for all of his compadres and all the people who are, he's switched their views about him, and now all of a sudden they're friends and they're brothers and they're not trying to beat him down. Like, I would rather watch a story like that and be invested in the characters than to be wowed by visuals on screen that's honestly only going to have that true effect once when you see it in theaters. When you get it on home Blu-ray or stuff like that, it's just not going to be quite the same. So I'm curious how this movie is going to age over time, if people are still going to consider it the classic they do now, because you already have people saying not only is this one of the best movies of the year, but this is Christopher Nolan's best movie ever. This is the best war movie to come out in 10, 15, 20 years. And I don't agree with any of that. This didn't even break my top 10 of the year. Like I just said, it's probably my least favorite Christopher Nolan movie. And I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, so I'll go ahead and cut it off. But really great visuals, really great sound design, really great score. The acting, let me talk about the acting for a minute. Okay, so the acting, I'm hearing a lot of praise for not only Harry Styles, but Tom Hardy and Mark Rylance and all that kind of stuff. The acting is fine. The acting does exactly what it needs to do in this movie, which is not very much because you get maybe 100 lines of dialogue in this entire movie. But for example, Tom Hardy. I am a Tom Hardy whore. I watch everything that guy does. Everything. But I hear people saying Tom Hardy's phenomenal in Dunkirk. Tom Hardy is electrifying in Dunkirk. Tom Hardy has like 3 lines in this entire movie. The rest of the movie, every time you see him on camera, he's in a plane doing this. And he'll pull on a lever once in a while. And there's nothing more you can do with that role. I'm not saying that Tom Hardy did bad, but Jesus Christ, let's not overpraise him just because it's Tom Hardy. You could have gotten anybody off the street to play that role, let's be honest. Mark Rylance was probably the best performance in the movie because he was the only character where I felt like there was a story there I was getting a little bit with him and his son that was at war, and he's so determined to get to this shore to help everybody. His performance was good. Harry Styles, the other kid, and again, I don't know any of the characters' names to be able to tell you because I don't even know if they gave you the characters' names. That's how little you get to know these people. I wasn't impressed with any of them, really. I will say that the One Direction kid did not distract from the movie at all. It wasn't like some weird random guy who was in here. You're like, why is he in this Christopher Nolan movie? He did just as good as everybody else. But again, that's really minimalistic expectations as far as what you were supposed to bring to the screen because they didn't really have a ton to do. So anyway, good acting for what was required. Good screen presence as far as some of the characters that you see and especially the opening of the movie as far as getting the tension going. But wow, is this movie overhyped and overpraised and just, Jesus Christ. This is one of those movies where it comes out and everybody just it's Christopher Nolan, so it's... So, I don't know, guys. I really love Christopher Nolan. Maybe I'll give this another shot and I'll get it at home. I highly doubt it since the visuals is a theater thing. But just, I don't get it at all. I think this is so overhyped, so overblown. And I'm glad that everybody loves it if you are honestly a fan of this movie. And if you're looking at me like I'm a crazy person right now, I'm glad that you enjoy the hell out of it. Please feel free to tell me down below why you disagree with my opinion. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of those. But just know that this is me being 100% honest. I didn't care for this at all, and I'm telling you why. I'm not going to come in here and tell you that, I'm not going to not like the movie and come and tell you how amazing it is because everybody else says it is. So, wrapping it up, guys, those are my thoughts on Dunkirk really quick. another little bit of a channel update. Like I said, I'm in the middle of a move, still getting all my equipment over here to this new house and getting everything situated. I can't really justify doing videos when I still have a house to unpack and an apartment to clean. So don't expect like too many videos over the next week or so. I do have some videos that I'm working on in the editing stages that'll kind of fill that void, so don't expect new videos, I'll say. Don't expect brand new movies to be reviewed this coming week. But I would say the first week of August, everything's going to be ready. I'll have my new background up, but I'm working on right now. I have my equipment up, and everything will be back to normal, and probably get more videos out than normal because I have my own room to do recording in now, which is awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and share this video, especially if you agree with my opinion. If you're one of the 2% of the earth that agrees with me, go ahead and share this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Keep an eye out for some of the new stuff I got coming out, like Pitch Wars, the first episode with Christopher Nolan, and maybe a house tour video. Yeah, Tyler Tompkins, house tour. So yeah, once I get everything going, I'll do a little channel update, a little live video, and show everything that's going on. But keep an eye out for all that, guys. Let me know all your thoughts on Dunkirk down below. All the amazing thoughts that I'm sure 98% of you have, and if any of you agree with me, all those thoughts. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for checking out this live review of Dunkirk, and I'll catch you next time.